So I'm on my way to my practice spot again. Obusa Park it's called, where I usually go nowadays. And I'm going to test more rates because I'm on the journey of finding my perfect rates. But I think I should explain a little bit about why I'm looking for different rates and why I'm testing different rates. And it wasn't actually clear from the start for me. I was just curious in testing different kinds of rates. So I saw people using different rates. I saw people online always asking, what kind of rates are you using and stuff. Well, I found that actually already in the winter when I started flying the Neo, I found that it's really useful to look at the rates because it really determines in how you fly the drone, and in this case the Neo, and also in other cases I use the Avatar too, but right now I'm really looking at the Neo, and because the Neo has actually some shortcomings which are annoying when you fly, like the tumbles and the prop wash. There's a few things you can do with the rates, right? And yeah, and I didn't know exactly how rates worked, and it's still confusing sometimes. But as I practice and go along with using different rates and actually asking ChatGPT what I can do with it and let it explain to me what kind of effects it has. So if you change the expo or the max rate or the sensor sensitivity, it really is useful to play around and learn how to use the rates. But the point is that I'm trying to find a balance between rates that I can do freestyle with, still do precise flying and still be able to do acros, while at the same time I don't want to have too much prop wash. I don't want to have the tumbles when I do the yaw spins and things like that. And I also wanted I want the rates to be suitable for cinematic flying. So sometimes I just go out and then just want to fly calmly, and I want to take turns smoothly, and I don't want it to look when I move the sticks, I don't want it to start moving like this. And it's a balance between that. Of course, when you want to do acros, you're supposed to have sensitive controls which respond immediately when you do turns and when you do rolls and flips and whatever. But it's not necessary for me that it's like, I'm not a hardcore acro user or whatever. I don't do that. So I just think it's fun in some situations, and it's fun to test the Neo if it's, or test myself if I'm able to do the stuff. So yeah. And what I found just yesterday, well, actually I saw that earlier, and I saw it also with people who were using the Neo and they show their rates and things. And I agree with the fact that the roll, the pitch, and the yaw, when you have the stock rates from the Neo, the expo, the max rates, they're all different for each, for roll, pitch, and yaw. And actually I prefer it to be equal. I want all the values for each, for roll, pitch, and yaw. I want them to be equal, because I just want to. It's better for my memory to know, like, it responds the same way in all directions. That's the idea. So that's why I want to have rates that are equal in value to each other, while also keeping that cinematic style of flying and also be able to do freestyle. And today I'm going to test those rates that ChatGPT has given me, because I was chatting with ChatGPT and then explained what I wanted and what I had, and yeah, I found that it came up with something which is really which I'm gonna show in the video, of course. Can't remember them by heart, but yeah. Anyway, I will show them and then we'll demonstrate and see what's going to happen. So yesterday I went out practicing in the same park, but I did some recordings, I did document everything, but it was kind of boring because I was just out there to practice orbits. I still haven't practiced orbits, and I think it's an important part if you want to do like smooth flying and you want to circle around things and have things in frame. So I think learning how to orbit is essential. But yesterday I went to the park and I couldn't really go to the exact spot where I usually go. There was an event where I was prohibited to go there, so I had to go on a parking lot and practice, and I did, and the weather wasn't so fantastic, so, and it was kind of boring to see me doing the orbits. But yeah, now I'm gonna go out again and see if the park is free, because I do want to have free space. I can also go to different parks, but the other parks are more secluded, which yeah, right now I don't feel like going there. So I just want to have an open space and practice, especially when I crash a lot. It's easier for me to go on an open grass field and then just fly around there and then pick up the drone when it crashes. So that's easier for me. Yeah, but like I said, I'm gonna test now also different rates, which are equal in value. So I want to see how that works out for me, and see how it looks eventually and how it feels. And hopefully I'll be ending my journey of endless ChatGPT rates, because I've been making a few videos about ChatGPT rates and it was all testing and trying and for different situations. I just want to have rates that I can later on just apply for my personal use, which is more like freestyle and cinematic flying. I want to have a balance in between that. Of course, these are two different kinds of, two different styles of flying, but yeah, I just want to have something that I can use in both situations, so I don't have to always change it when I do certain things. And anyway, I sometimes go to places where I have to spontaneously fly, and if I just want to fly slowly, cinematic, and just explore, then I just need to have the kind of rates that I can use right out of, well, not right out of the box, but what I want, what I feel is appropriate and suitable for my style of flying. And if I want to change to freestyle, I should still be able to do that. Not sure if it's gonna work out like that. Maybe I do need two sets of rates, one for freestyle, one for cinematic. I don't know yet, so, but I'm gonna test and see what's gonna happen with this rates that I have now for today, which is a hybrid between cinematic and freestyle flying. Well, looks like that the park where I'm normally going is still inaccessible. So I decided to come to the other park where I came before for the cherry blossom viewing. It's not as wide open as the other park, of course, but I think it'll be fine here. We'll see how it goes.